North Korea has announced it is suspending scheduled talks with South Korea due to U.S.-South Korean military drills, which it called a provocation.
Yes, and North Korea said the Max Thunder drills between the South Korean and U.S. Air Force are simply a rehearsal for an invasion of the North and a provocation amid warming inter-Korean ties. The talks scheduled for Wednesday were meant as a follow-up to last month's historic meeting between North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in.
Now, both men had signed the Panmunjom Declaration for Peace, Prosperity and Unification of the Korean Peninsula during the Inter-Korean Summit. The signing took place in the neutral territory between the two Koreas, the demilitarized zone, officially ending the war that began on June the 25th, 1950. Now, when the North and South split in a battle over communism and democracy. All right, we have now senior researcher Cyril Abaku joining us right here. Cyril, good morning.
Thank you, Mike.
Morning,
nice
good to see you.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to be here.
All right, just a few weeks ago, the whole world, the attention was on North Korea and South Korea with the change of events where North Korea Kim Jong-un became some people call it the benevolent gesture, where he opened up and he was ready to, you know, shut down a lot of his military nuclear weapons and all of that happened. And right now, a lot of analysts were saying the U.S. and South Korea should have been a little more sensitive to the gestures of the North Korea.
Well, let me start by saying that the divorce lasted way too long between North and South Korea. Only last week, Mike Pompeo made I think, a second visit to South Korea, where he took back the U.S. hostages. You know,
the three kings.
Yes, the three back with him. Who would say that and see something else coming? You know, so the stage was set for something really beautiful, for the romance to be restored. But unfortunately, Kim Jong-un has changed his hand, and rather very swiftly. In fact, the threat to end to casting doubt over the talks with the U.S. When he checked the wording of those statements, he said the U.S. must take careful deliberations to determine the fate
of the
when I see such words, the psychology of that language tells me that he might have unwittingly put off those talks. But the U.S. State Department said last night that we are still preparing very much to hold those talks, because all the grounds that Kim Jong-un is advancing to end the talks with South Korea and to warn the U.S. are frivolous, regardless of where you stand. You know that after the Korean War...
Would you say they're really frivolous?
No, of course they are. Because you see, the U.S. and South Korea and North Korea are client states, more or less, of the U.S. and China respectively.
Yes.
Initially, the North was the client state of Russia. But after the Soviet Union broke free, in order to preserve communism, North Korea now had to pledge its allegiance to China, which is still a textbook communist state. So to that extent, the U.S. and South Korea have that defense pact, and they've been carrying out these drills since 1953. So you can't, and again, if Jong-un wanted this to be a precondition for talks, it would have been clearly stated out. He had first of all said that, look, my goal is denuclearization. Yes. The South Koreans extracted that from him. He himself personally also said it. And again, that much was stated in the Panmunjom Declaration. So it's difficult for him to now suddenly come up and use that as an excuse to immediately hold talks with the South and warn the U.S. I think
so. What do you think is playing out now? Those who have expressed fears over time that we don't trust this Kim Jong-un olive branch entirely, are they justified? Because look, U.S. administration officials have been like, it's either of two things. It's either Kim Jong-un is just trying to strengthen his own side of negotiations, or he's just up to no good. You see, a spokesman for the South Korean government said, I think last month, that South Korea will not, that CEO will not buy into an incremental denuclearization. What I understand that immediate to be, yes, it has to be immediate, you know, because I said that last time I came. Assuming that he destroyed up to a point, and so the fact is, it has to be holistic, it has to be whole, it has to be at once.
But I think that Kim Jong-un has seen that the attempt to walk through the chessboard isn't going to work. They've opened a clear path and said this is the way it's going to play. And so he knows that any step he takes walking down that path might as well be a path of no return.
You know, the last time you were here, I recall asking you whether the Iran debacle may just affect this U.S., North Korea, South Korea, China rapprochement in one way or another.
Well, you see, what's happening with Iran, those countries, for us in Africa and for us in these parts, the media propaganda, media hype has made us see them as some sort of rogue states. So, whereas China and North Korea will align, at least based on communism, Iran, Syria, Russia, and so on, those are French alliance of convenience because we now have a common enemy. So let us all just be friends.
Yeah.
Whichever the case is, the question to ask is, will somebody who possesses nuclear weapons be so eager
to drop
be so happy? You know, that thing is like a drug. It works like
it can intoxicate.
Pardon my choice of language. It's like military codeine, you know. I'm not taking it for please, but it makes whoever owns it very high. And I don't see what is going to trade in exchange. Some analysts have said that, look, the sanctions that have been imposed on North Korea haven't even taken full effect. And that in the long term, they are going to bite very badly on the economy. You know that North Korea's biggest trading partner is China.
Yeah.
And as at the last round of sanctions, even that trade volume had to shrink. Now, in order to maintain Kim Jong-un's legitimacy in Pyongyang and North Korea, everything is on the table. Torture, rape. The UN has even said, in fact, a 2014 UN panel report said, leaders of North Korea have questions to answer at the International Criminal Court. But the US, I think, from what I heard one of their senior officials say, I think one time they were saying that, look, if this man indeed comes to the point of denuclearization, we can work out a political solution. He can remain in power, but those nukes shouldn't be under his control. Okay? So those have been the issues. But from what we are seeing now, I myself, seeing those things that he was doing initially, I mean, coming to South, it didn't happen before. It would never happen that a North Korean leader will come to the South and make all those concessions in one fell,
for the world to see.
In one swoop.
Exactly. In one fell swoop, he changed the clock. You know, I think we need to understand a little bit about the psychology of that thing he did. People who aspire to be powers, even the Soviet Union, had to, they changed their own weak system.
Yes.
In a matter of simple, look at July is named after Julius Caesar. August after Augustus Caesar. People, once people come to power and they are looking to create an empire, they tend to begin to time. Yes, it's so key. Initially he took it 30 minutes backward, and now suddenly he took it 30 minutes forward. He said America come and take your hostages. They went back. Mike Pompeo's first meeting with Kim Jong-un was done secretly. So everything was looking too good. Although NSA John Bolton of the US and Australia said, look, this man, you have to be careful with him. I think right now, even if the US is saying that they're going to be holding those talks with him, the White House said yesterday that they were going to assess the issue independently. I would have thought that since South Korea is depending so much on the US to either go to Seoul or do anything else, to either go to Pyongyang or do anything else, it's the same way North Korea could have been controlled through China. But the ego of the White House, the ego in the White House appears bigger than even the White House. So it will not be easy to see America dealing with North Korea through China.
All right. And Kim Jong-un may notice now that the US is not ceding any ground.
Yeah, it's obvious. Donald Trump has made that clear from the beginning.
But they should have known from the
however, on the other hand, this could also be the Kim Jong-un's undoing in the overall, where by the time he opens up, the people, their eyes will be open to something new, where there can be
possibilities.
Korean spring, like the Arab Spring, maybe.
Well,
maybe
you know, but
we have to end it here, Cyril.
We'll
have to end it here right now.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
pleasure.
Cyril, for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Yeah.